Hello there, I'm Emma Kemp, design team member for Rodgers Crafts. In today's video I'm going to be making this rainbow ink blended card using Jamie's metallic ink pads along with dies from the new Patchwork collection. So to begin, I'm just taking a blending brush and I'm lightly tapping the ink pad. The pads are quite saturated and so a light touch is all that is needed, as we only need a small amount of ink for this technique. The inks give a beautiful shimmer. They are also translucent, meaning they can be layered over the top of one another to create new colours, and this makes them perfect for rainbow blending. So what we end up with is essentially our own patterned paper, in this case in a pastel rainbow effect. You'll see shortly that off screen I've also blended a second panel, and we're going to be die cutting with both of these panels. So next we're coming in with the floral square tile die, followed by the fretwork square tile die, and finally the swirly square tile die, and each set in the collection consists of 3 dies. And here are the cut pieces. I cut 2 using the floral square tile and 1 of each of the other 2 sets. I'm removing the middle frame pieces and just keeping the outer pattern frame and centre panels, and off screen I've adhered these to a square panel which I've added foam tape to the back for extra dimension. I've then cut a 20cm square piece of Jamie's Elite Ultra Smooth cardstock in Polar White. I've taken the same inks used previously, and as you can see I'm just blending all around the edge of this card to create the same rainbow ink blended effect that we created with our previous backgrounds. I am then coming in with the decal edge and stitch square dies from the Mats and Layers collection to cut a frame. The die I'm using measures roughly 18 centimetres square, and I've added thin strips of foam tape to the back, which was very easy with Jamie's tape as it did not leave a sticky residue on my scissors. Next I'm coming in with the button blooms die, which cuts 7 flowers in graduating sizes, followed by one of the leaves dies from the mirrored lavish foliage die set, and finally from the sentiment collection the To a Very Special Friend die. With Jamie's clear drying glue I'm building the petals in a graduated effect. However, you do have lots of different options here. You can stagger them if you wish. You can alternate different size petals, making big flowers or small flowers or a mix. You can shape the petals too. To the centre I'm just adhering a small button to fit with the button bloom's name. And for the sentiment I've cut 3 pieces and I'm gluing these together for a more stacked look. A trick I find useful when gluing intricate die cuts is to lightly squeeze the bottle and run it across the die cut, or add small dots to the die cut, and then I take a scrap piece of paper, press the die cut onto that to remove any excess glue before adhering it properly. Finally, I'm removing the foam tape from the frame and adhering it to a square top folding card base measuring 21 centimetres square. I'm taking the 4 leaves dies cuts from the mirrored lavish foliage set, trimming some leaves off of each and adhering to my centre panel. The great thing about Jamie's clear drying glue is that rather than drying instantly, it gives some wiggle room to move things around, which I've had to do here as I was not happy with my placement. I'm then adhering my flower and my sentiment. You can pop a piece of vellum behind the sentiment if you'd like it to stand out more, but I haven't done that here. If you wanted to, you could stop here. This looks great as a card by itself, but I'm adhering mine to the centre of my framed card base. And here it is. Just check out that shimmer from the metallic inks. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more like this, please follow and subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. Thank you and have a fabulous day.